Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. The House passes a $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill with $1,400 in checks. Vaccine funding. The House voted early Saturday to pass President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief package, a step to implementing his vision for bringing the pandemic under control. Just days after the U.S. crossed the tragic milestone of 500,000 deaths, the Democratic-controlled House voted 219 to 212 to approve the bill, which includes $1,400 in direct payments, a $400 a week federal unemployment bonus, a per-child allowance of up to $3,600 for 1 year, and $1 billion to distribute the coronavirus vaccines and to assist schools and local governments. The vote split largely on partisan lines, with every Republican voting against the measure and just two Democrats joining them, Jared Golden of Maine and Kurt Schrader of Oregon. The bill now goes to the Senate, where a provision to raise the minimum wage is likely to be removed, but the rest of the package is in good shape to pass as Democrats are using a process that doesn't require Republican support. If enacted, it would be the sixth round of aid from the federal government. The economy is still reeling from widespread shutdowns, and most Americans continue to wait their turns to be vaccinated. Democratic leaders want the bill to become law by March 14th, when jobless benefits expire. Tonight, Congress is taking action to crush the virus. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who's a Democrat representative from California, said on the House floor, calling the legislation transformative at mitigating poverty. We are putting money in workers' pockets. As President Biden has said, help is on the way. The legislation faces broad opposition from congressional Republicans. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who's a Republican representative out of California, decried it as a liberal pipe dream and said Democrats were jamming it through in the dead of the night. Don't call it a rescue bill. Don't call it a relief bill, he said. For the American people, it is a loser. Recent polls show that the package is popular, with most Americans earning 66% support in the economist/YouGov study and 76% support in a Morning Consult/Politico survey. The $1,400 checks would be sent to individuals who make up to $75,000 a year, or married couples making $150,000 a year, and payments would gradually decrease for those who make more, zeroing out at $100,000 for individuals and $200,000 for couples. Everything is not fixed. We have a long way to go, and that day when everything gets back to normal depends on all of us, Biden said Thursday at an event to mark the 50 millionth coronavirus vaccination shot. It depends on Congress passing the American Recovery Act. The House bill, progressives angry about minimum wage. The House bill also includes a federal minimum wage hike from $7.25 to $15 per hour, phased in over 4 years. The provision, a top progressive priority, is all but doomed in the Senate after a ruling Thursday evening by the in-house referee that it violates the chamber's rules for legislation that can pass with a simple majority. Biden had included the wage hike in his proposal. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said in response to the ruling that the president is disappointed but respects the parliamentarian's decision and the Senate's process. Psaki said he would determine the best path forward on a minimum wage increase, but called on legislators to move quickly to pass the rest of the COVID-19 relief package in the meantime. Pelosi said the House, which is not bound by the Senate's procedural restrictions would keep the $15 wage provision in its bill on Friday, despite the parliamentarians' decision. House Democrats believe that the minimum wage hike is necessary, she said. The federal wage floor of $7.25 an hour hasn't risen since 2009. After the parliamentarian ruling, top Senate Democrats immediately began looking for a way to use tax penalties to push companies to pay higher wages, which is more likely to comply with the rules. Senate Finance Chair Ron Wyden, who is a Democratic representative of Oregon, said Friday he's working on a plan B that would slap a 5% tax penalty on big corporations' overall payroll, growing over time if their workers make less than a certain amount. It'd include safeguards against companies outsourcing labor or replacing workers with contractors to avoid paying living wages, he said. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who's a Democratic representative of New York, is considering adding to the Senate bill a new provision to penalize large corporations that don't pay their workers at least a $15 minimum wage, said a senior Democratic aide. Democrats are eager to address the issue in the reconciliation process because it would otherwise be subject to the 60-vote threshold in the Senate, all but ensuring its demise due to a lack of Republican support for their minimum wage plans. The rest of the $1.9 trillion package has overwhelming support among Democratic lawmakers, and it is expected to become law, possibly with some changes in the Senate. This is a spectacular piece of legislation, Pelosi said, assuring that minimum wage kerfuffle wouldn't stop the bill from becoming law. While the Senate has prevented us temporarily from passing one aspect of it, let us not be distracted from what is in here. So basically, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the stimulus package that they're presenting, which is $1,400 checks, and they also funding vaccine funding? The thing I want to know is where the hell they getting all this money from? But yet they can't pay black people their reparations. And I don't want to hear nobody talk about, oh man, you keep beating that into a drum. Damn right I'm beating it into a drum because we deserve our reparations. We deserve our land that was taken from us. There's some blacks out there who are struggling who need that money. You give it to the Jews. The Jews, it's okay for them to get money every year and everything, and they're good. But yeah, my bad, they're white. So that's okay for them to get it. That's okay for them to get it. That's okay for them to collect those checks. But us, if we ask for it, we're begging or we're crying. Look, man, I don't trust none of this bullshit. Personally, I think it's all bullshit. I think it's all a fake. I think the vaccine is going to hurt more people than it helps because they haven't really worked it out, the kinks. They had it in a trial run and they forced it to be used before it actually was ready. And there's people I know who are dealing with those side effects, like my mother and other people. They're dealing with the side effects because these people don't care. And I'm tired of them talking about, oh, well, we're going to raise minimum wage. Minimum wage ain't going to do nothing because all they're going to do, if we're black and we're getting minimum wage, they're just going to raise the cost of living. So what the hell is minimum wage going to help for? People got to start waking up and understanding that the government is nothing more than communists. That's all they are. They're nothing more than a-holes and people who don't give a damn about you or anybody. They don't care about poor whites. They don't care about poor blacks. They don't care about the minorities. They don't care about pink folk unless they're on their level. Everybody else, they want to keep divided through racism and divided through these police over policing, which has been complained about since before the civil rights era. So, you know what? I don't trust it. Yeah, we're going to get the check. That check is nothing to me more than money. Like, here's some money. Now shut up. which they're going to tax us later on it. They're going to tax us that money they give us because we're going to lose that money quick because a lot of people have stuff to take care of. So it's like $1,000 and $1,400. That ain't nothing. To me, you need to give blacks their reparation, and you need to do more to help people by opening up these jobs. But you're too busy over here trying to bomb Syria and send motherfuckers to Mars. Who cares about Mars? You guys don't care. And that's why I don't support Democrat and I don't support Republican. I don't support none of these motherfuckers because all they are is nothing but agenda based. That's all they are. They don't care about our well-being. They're giving us a little money to shut us up. Come on, stop it. Man, let me know in the comment section how you think about all this. I'm out. Deezy.